Welcome back to another edition of Harley-Davidson News, your source for what's going on in the Harley-Davidson world. This week in Motorcycle Mission's King of the Baggers, we're in Brainerd Raceway in Minnesota. In race 1, we see Kyle Wyman struggling with his bike. In the race, it's really all about Tyler O'Hara. He starts off leading that race, and he's trading spaces with Hayden Gillum. All of a sudden, we see Tyler go straight off the track and into the dirt, giving the race to Hayden. In race number 2, we see Bobby Fong leading the race all the way on his Indian. Tyler finishes 3rd on his Indian, while Kyle finishes 5th. He clearly just wasn't happy with the bike this weekend, and I think this will knock him off of 1st place in the overall standings. Really enjoying this series. It's great to see the big manufacturers going back and forth, and they currently, an independent is likely leading the standings. How cool is that? This week, Harley-Davidson held its Q2 earnings call. This is available on their website at the bottom in the Investor Relations page. You can either read the summary or you can click the webcast. It will require you to set up a login, but it allows you to listen to the entire broadcast. But I think more importantly, the QA section at the bottom is more fun. However, you get to hear the senior leaders of the company speaking, and it's quite interesting. So a quick summary of what we saw. So revenue was down 4%, bikes were down 5%, apparel was down a surprisingly 14%. They blamed this on a seasonal change that happened in Q1 earlier than versus last year where it happened in Q2. But they apparently are selling less shirts. I don't know. I'm certainly buying my quantity of them. Parts and accessories, however, were up 1%. The other thing Harley reports is margins. Their margins are up 4%. So this is really where they're making their money. And it's where investors are looking. So per unit of product sold, they're making more in the margin. So this is a healthy thing for Harley-Davidson. It means they're finding space elsewhere to make money on these bikes, even though they ship less. We know we're all seeing a lot of bikes in the dealerships, and they're shipping less. And in the Q&A section at the end, they talked about getting the right bike to the right dealer at the right time. I'm still waiting for my CVO. I ordered it in October, and I still haven't seen it. So I'm not so sure how that's working for him, but I'd love to see my motorcycle arrive. Harley-Davidson did revise their guidance going into the rest of the year. They say revenue will remain flat, if not plus 3%. I think they're hoping for that. And then their financial services will drop down to 25%. Financial services is really what saved them this quarter because interest rates are up, so they're making more money there. Livewire, what a disaster. So they split this off into its own section. And so they have 3 companies that they're reporting under, segments that they're reporting under. So they have the motor company, financial services, and Livewire. I think they're really trying to cut Livewire out of their quarterly statement. But Livewire is continuing to lose money. They're predicting that they will only make 600 to 1,000 bikes, and they only plan to lose $150 million to $125 million. They noted that this was expected. I don't know, Harley. Was it so smart to get an electric bike so early? I think your crowd's just not adopting it. I will say I've ridden a Livewire, and it's a different experience, but a very good one. I really enjoyed that bike, but the price range just put it out of the range as a secondary bike. And I think most people will look at that bike as a secondary bike versus a primary. We'll see what happens, but I think, Harley, you've missed it here. Good luck. All right, so the CVOs are starting to arrive, but I'm only seeing street glides arriving as so far, at least last week. This week, I saw a few road glides appear. In fact, I used the Browse Your Bike section of their new feature of their website, and I discovered that there was a road glide at the Sun Harley-Davidson. I called them, and they said that bike was already sold, though it still shows up on the Browse Your Bikes as being available. So not sure how quickly this updates, but road glides are starting to appear. Again, I'm still waiting for mine. I hope to see it soon. I got a lot of content about it that I want to share with you. Let's talk about Sturgis. So we're a week away from Sturgis. Many YouTubers are going to Sturgis. There's going to be a lot of content out there. But if you're not able to go, I encourage you to go to YouTube and search for the Sturgis live webcams. There's always several webcams of different parts of the area that you can join in and watch and feel a little bit like you're at the experience. So if I don't go, I kind of doubt it. Depends whether I have the new bike. So I may join you virtually watching these webcams. Get out there and take a look. Well, that's what the news I have for you this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time in the Friction Zone.